Welcome to FBB Forum. If you like this content, please be sure to like and subscribe to my Instagram page and YouTube channel. Thank you to all the fans and athletes who helped me reach 8,000 followers on Instagram recently, and I really appreciate that. I'm very pleased to welcome the beautiful IFBB Women's Physique Pro, Tiffany Walker, to the podcast. Tiffany has had a very good competitive year in 2025. She placed in the top three in Women's Physique Open at both the Lenda Murray Atlanta Pro and the very prestigious Rising Phoenix. And she also won the Masters 40 plus at the in Atlanta and secured her Masters O qualification for 2027. Tiffany has an amazing look and has proven to be one of the best in the world. Stay tuned to find out more about this stunning woman. Welcome, Tiffany. It's really great to see you, and thank you for joining me today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm really excited to speak with you, and thank you again for taking the time to speak.
Of course, no problem.
Thank you. So I was curious in terms of getting started in bodybuilding, if you had an athletic or a sports background before you started training and competing in bodybuilding.
Yes, I actually ran track. I started running. I actually went through a non-traditional kindergarten through 12th grade school. So I started running track in middle school, and I was on varsity from my sixth grade year up until my senior year. And then I actually received a track scholarship to the University of South Florida in Tampa my senior year. So I
Oh,
ran
really?
building. Yes.
Oh, that's so cool. I live in Tampa, and yeah, I'm a USF graduate, so that's cool that you went to USF.
Yes.
Yeah, go Bulls. Yeah, they've been doing pretty good with football this year, actually. And they're getting an on-campus football stadium this year too, which is kind of, or not this year, but in a couple of years. So that's cool too. That's awesome. I was I was curious, did you see the Titans results? Desunka Dawson, she ended up getting the win for women's bodybuilding, and she has a famous aunt who's a track and field star. It was Flojo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, isn't that cool? It's kind of amazing, like the connection there. And she looked really good. That was a surprise. I didn't expect that she would win, but she came back and looked really good on stage. So she was amazing.
I saw those results yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of neat to kind of follow with her aunt's success, with sports and everything. So that's terrific. In terms of, did you ever do any Olympics or anything with track and field too?
No, it stopped at college, and then that was it. And then I actually started running with the run group, and I did marathons, I did 5Ks and 10Ks for a while, and then I came back to bodybuilding. So,
That's awesome. Very cool. Wow. Did you have any specialty with track and field or?
I was a hurdler.
Oh, a hurdler, really? Wow. Wow, that's really hard to do, I think.
it
Did you
was
ever
wasn't too bad.
did you ever get hurt or,
Outside of the normal shin splints, those were probably my only injuries, nothing major.
really? Yeah. It seems like if you hit the hurdle and you trip and you get hurt pretty good, yeah. Wow, that's so cool. That's awesome. Well, how did you get started in weight training and bodybuilding and who convinced you to do your first contest?
I was actually I think I had gotten out of the military at that time, and I was still stationed at Hunter Army Airfield because my ex-husband was still in the military. So I met a woman, an older woman, in the gym, and she asked me, she was like, "Hey, have you ever?" She used to see me coming in the gym all the time, just randomly, and she was like, "Hey, have you ever thought about bodybuilding?" And I was like, "No." And I was like, well, maybe, and it was kind of like a bucket list item. And I was like, you know what? I think I will do a competition. I didn't, she convinced me because she had lost like 150 pounds on her own. So
Wow.
and she was kind of like my inspiration at that point. She had started doing gymnastics and she was well over the age of 50. And I was like, you know what? I think I would want to do something like that. And I did. My first show was in Savannah, Georgia. It was an SNBF show. And I didn't have a coach. So I went on Google, to find out what to eat, and like bodybuilding.com back then was really big. So because
Uh-huh.
2010, I think 2010 was my first show, and did that show. I did a home tan. It looked awful. Now that I'm looking back, my suit was really basic. I didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, there were only 5 competitors, and I placed fifth. My intro into bodybuilding the first time in 2010, and then I didn't compete again until 2014 when I actually met another competitor. She's a figure pro as well, Brittany Barnes. She's all natural figure pro. And she was like, "Hey, you ever thought about doing bodybuilding?" And I said, "Well, I did, about 4 or 5 years ago." So I did my, I think the first show that I did was Deke Warner in Orlando. I
Oh
did
yeah.
the show and I placed first in novice and then second in open because Brittany won the open. We competed together. And then my
Oh.
show was Dexter Jackson in Jacksonville, and I won that show in the overall.
Oh wow, that's very cool. That's awesome. So you kind of got hooked on it the second
Yeah,
time around.
yeah,
Yeah. And no more home tan. Did you get
right.
to? Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And when did you end up going pro?
In 2018, because like I said, I started back in 2014. I did a show, literally one show every year just to see, and then someone was like, "Hey, you ever thought about getting your pro card?" And I was like, "No, this was just kind of a hobby." So I did 3 shows, three shows to get my pro card. The first one was in Columbia, I think in South Carolina. And then I did the Chicago Pro. I placed second at both shows. And I said, "This is my last try." I said, "If I don't get it this time, I'm going to venture into like MMA fighting or something." And I was serious. I was like, I have to find something else to do. So I was like, maybe I'll try that. And I ended up winning. I won my class, which was, I think I was in class A at the time, or B. I don't even remember. But I won my class and then I won the overall. So that was in 2018 in Miami.
Wow, that's terrific. I'm glad you stuck with it.
Me-
Yeah. That's terrific. No, that's really cool. Um, no, and yeah, I think that having that success helped, convince you. And I do think that people get hooked on bodybuilding too once when they see the good results, too. So yeah, that's terrific. I was curious, do you have like a fitness role model or somebody you really looked up to in bodybuilding?
of course, Lenda Murray. Um, I also, my favorite physiques of all time, though, definitely Shanique Grant and Natalia. My favorite two. They have like their physiques are just insane. So both of them definitely.
Yeah, it was good to see Shanique return to stage again as a wellness competitor, I think.
That was a hard task, but yes, she's the one to do it if anybody. So I can't wait to see her on the Olympia stage.
I know. I'm excited for her too. She's phenomenal. She's so beautiful too. Yeah. There was another prominent person who's going to wellness that was announced today, Christina Mendoza, and she's going from women's bodybuilding to wellness. So I was kind of surprised by that.
Is that Christina Nicole? Is that the same? That's the same person?
It is, uh-huh.
Oh, okay, okay. I've always liked her look because she's always been so feminine. So I love her look, but I could definitely see the switch. I could see
I
that.
can see her doing well in wellness. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I was surprised though. I didn't expect her to kind of downsize like that, but I think she'll do really well. Um, Now I was curious when you did your first show, and I'm thinking back to 2010, was it tough to get up on stage in a bikini for the first time, or was it kind of nerve-wracking for you?
It was nerve-wracking, period. Like with or without bikini, I am not a stage person or a public speaking. So I'm just very like, even with the job that I have to do it. So I do it, but it's not my first choice, of course. Of
I got you. I understand. Do you get nervous these days even on stage?
course.
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You got a few years under your belt now, but
If I didn't get nervous, something would be wrong.
I got you. I understand. No, I think that you can feed off that energy too, I think, Um, no, I thought you looked really phenomenal at Rising Phoenix and you had just excellent shape and structure. What was your experience like at that show? And of course, congrats on getting top three because that very prestigious show.
And actually, it changed a lot since the last time I was there because I hadn't competed at that show since 2021, I think. So
Oh,
venue had changed everything. So, but it was nice. It was a nice experience. A nice experience.
yeah, very cool. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't quite the same without the women's bodybuilding pro
Right.
world championship. So they had fewer women's bodybuilding competitors. And I think back in 2021, they were still giving out a car to the women's bodybuilding winner and that kind of stuff. So
Yes, yes. And yeah, that's what I was surprised to see too. I was like, where's the car? But I didn't see it advertised on the flyer. So I was like, I guess they got rid of that. Yeah.
yeah, they kind of, I think on the bodybuilding side, they kind of downsized the show a little bit. And I was thinking, they only had 5 competitors in women's bodybuilding, but then they also had a show in Europe at the same time. So back in the day, that would have been the only women's bodybuilding show at that time. So yeah, just it's definitely different. But I was pleased women's physique had a huge turnout though. So that
Yes.
was great.
And I'm the person, I never look at the list ever. Like I don't look at hashtags. I don't care to know who's competing. I'm just concerned about myself. So I never check the list. So when I did see, everyone backstage and or at check-ins and I heard the number of people, I was like, oh my gosh, like yeah, I didn't realize it would be that many.
That was a lot. Yeah, I was really impressed by that. Yeah. And to get top three in that stacked lineup like that, I thought that was really impressive for you. Um, and of course, congratulations on your Masters 40 plus win and top three in Atlanta too. And of course, you're now qualified for Masters Olympia. So what was your experience like in Atlanta? Did you enjoy that show as well?
My first time doing that show, and I know it hasn't been around that long, but yes, I enjoy, everything was like around completely. It was perfect. Everything was perfect with that show.
Terrific. Yeah.
Oh, the location, the venue that they chose, the hotels, that area was just a great area. The expediters were great. Everything was great at that show.
Great. Terrific. Did you get to see Linda there too?
I, I did. More pictures with her.
Terrific. Yeah, I've met her a few times and she's just such a sweetie. She's really cool and just really gracious to fans and athletes and everything.
She still looks amazing. So yeah, that's the level of health and physique I hope to attain at her age. She looks amazing.
I know she does. She really does. She looks fantastic. I often wonder if she'll ever try to compete again. It'd be kind of cool to see her compete on stage again.
Yeah, that would break the internet.
I know you're right. It would. Yeah. Isn't she's over 60 now, I think,
Yes,
or
yes. Yep. I think she is.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool. That'd be amazing. At your shows this year, have you experienced kind of a good Iron Sisterhood, would you say? And how was your experience with the expediters and tan and makeup people too?
Um, Makeup people, I'm so last minute. I literally find someone to do my makeup probably 48 hours before the show, which is awful, but it works for me. So yeah, makeup is always that's always not a problem. Expediters always nice. Haven't had never had any issues actually over my years of competing with any of the expediters. Um, tan,
Great.
Tanning is hit or miss. I can honestly say that. Just depends on which company is there. I won't name any names, but you just never know. Like I've had more luck, honestly, now doing or having a friend do my tans. I did my own tan for Atlanta, and
Okay.
and at the Rising Phoenix, I actually had the company that was there do my tan. But yeah, it's just always hit or miss with them.
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and as far as the sisterhood, I have a few IG friend sisters that I've been following for years, and we finally get to meet at the shows, so that's always a good thing.
That's terrific. Yeah. There's so few women's bodybuilders out there too. So to get to meet them in person, I think, and to go through what y'all have gone through, it's all kind of a shared experience too. So yeah. No, that's great that you got to see them. Now this might sound a little weird, but in terms of just being a black woman and the tan, I don't know if fans even necessarily know that y'all still have to get a tan too, but I wonder if the tanning people don't know how to do it right.
I've been made too dark before. I've been too oily. Like like I said, it's just hit or miss. And yes, people are always shocked when I tell them, I'm like, yeah, I have to go get tan. They're like, you get tan? I'm like, yeah, tan, yeah. They're all yeah, that's always a shock for most people.
Yeah, but I mean, you kind of have to under those bright lights, and really to show off your muscles and everything, I think. So, yeah. And the glaze or whatever that they do too. Yeah, yeah, but I know it when I first discovered that too, I was surprised too. Um, now, so you got your pro card in 2018 at NPC Nationals, and you got you've been competing as a pro since 2019, but I bet it was a thrill to earn your pro card. What did that feel like to get that pro card?
It was Missy was in shock, like because the goal was, like I said, it was just to get the pro card. So the fact that I won my class and then won the overall, and now against some of women that have gone on and like exceeded expectations, because Ashley Jones was actually in that lineup.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, she got her pro card the same year that I did. So yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. And it probably didn't sink in for maybe 2 weeks. And I had
Oh,
a cry session like, oh my God, I actually got my card. So but it was like, okay, now what do I do?
oh, that's so cool though. Wow. Was Ashley doing figure as well?
Yeah, she was figure at that time.
Oh,
Yes.
really? Oh, that's so cool. Wow. It is kind of interesting looking back at some of the athletes and how far they've come, since they got their pro card. So yeah, that's really amazing. I've met Ashley a few times too. She's such a sweetie, and
Yes,
her physique is crazy. It's just
yes,
amazing.
yes. Yeah. And like yeah, the gymnast background just makes sense. So yeah.
Oh
She's
yeah, her posing is incredible. Just crazy good. Yeah, but also helped her physique too. Um, Now I was curious, why did you decide to switch from figure to physique? And I'm personally glad you made the switch because I like the flexing better.
it was I gave some pushback because I was getting mixed reviews from the judges. So when I competed in 2020, because that was during COVID, and that's when they were canceling shows. So I thought I was doing the show, then I wasn't doing the show. Like so that year I did Savannah, Tampa, and Phoenix. Yes. So I did all three shows that year. Um,
Okay.
I was just getting mixed feedback. Some judges were saying, well, if you're going to continue to train like that and have an upper body like that, you need to move up. Others were saying, no, you just, need to get rid of some of the vascularity and the striation in your glutes. So I didn't know what to do, but Brandon was doing my peak weeks. My coach Brandon Ray was doing my peak weeks back then, and he said he was like, I think you need to move up. So
Great.
I was like, oh, okay. Like, I think the thing is, we still feel so feminine with the heels on, and a lot. 'Cause I've seen a lot of figure competitors, and I'm like, you probably want to move up to women's physique, but they don't want to let the heels go. And I know because I had the same issue, but
Yeah.
I'm happy with the decision.
I just think with physique, it's kind of nice because when you get to do the posing routine,
Yes,
that's kind of a cool way to show, femininity and show the grace on stage. It's kind of art, to show on stage, I think. So yeah, no, I'm glad you made that switch. I think that was good. And the heels can't be easy to deal with. That's not very comfortable too, I imagine.
agreed.
Yeah, it just seems like, especially the way you have to flex the legs while you're on stage, and sometimes they'll keep you up there for a long time too.
They'll say the heels make it easier to flex, though. People may not know that, but it makes it a lot easier to flex.
Oh, really?
With
Oh,
heels, you do have to have like that muscle mind connection. So that's why I think a lot of athletes feel, when they're going into the pose, you don't have to do that with figure. You can feel it automatically.
oh, really? Interesting. I didn't realize that. I thought it was, interesting. I thought it would be harder.
Keeping
Huh.
balance is the hardest thing in the heels, but flexing, no, that's the easy part.
Yeah, I could see that with the balance too. Yeah. Um, I was curious what has been your favorite bodybuilding show so far, and why would why has it been your favorite?
I would have to say the Rising Phoenix. That's why I've done that show 3 times. It's a great show. It's just all women, a lot of camaraderie. It's very well organized. The location is perfect because I actually lived in Phoenix for a little over a year, some years ago. But it's just the perfect show. The timing, like everything about that show is great. I always love the swag that they give out, the bags, and this year we got bags and bars and T-shirts, and but yeah, it's just a great show. I enjoy that show.
Oh, terrific. That's very cool. I need to go to that show one of these days. I haven't been to it yet, but the fact that it's all female, I think is really cool. Even the judges are female, which is
Yeah,
kind of cool too.
all women's panel. Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I definitely got to go. It's this time of year is a little bit tough to get out of work and stuff because it's kind of busy time for work, but I'm going to the Olympia though, so I'm excited about that. I was curious, have you sought out any feedback from the judges in terms of were to improve your physique or your presentation?
I haven't, but I was so pleased that Tyler did a recap because he normally does cover women's physique, but he
Mhm.
did after the Atlanta show. So I know my weaknesses most of the time, so I knew it was my lower body. It was the same thing last year, so it's just a matter of me just trying to have a good off or improvement season and get my legs together. So the conditioning and the size, a little bit more size and conditioning was his feedback. So yeah.
That's terrific. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, your upper body really is dominant, I think. But yeah, no, that's cool. But Brandon, yeah, working with Brandon, he can get your legs up a bit. Yeah. Um, and I was curious, do you prefer an open or master's category? I mean, you're doing great in both, but do you have a preference for one over the other?
I like the open because I just feel like it's more competition and I'm very competitive. So
Yeah.
the women in the 40 plus, they look amazing. They have that mature muscle and the muscle bellies, the full muscle bellies and everything. But something about the open and just knowing it doesn't matter about your age, any of that. None of that goes into play. So I prefer the open.
That's great. Will you can you continue to do both? Do
Oh
you
yeah.
think? That's awesome. Yeah, like I said, I think before we started recording, I thought the Masters Olympia has the last few years has been really, really good, and it's exciting that you're going to get to compete there too.
Yes, I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I honestly thought last year I came in second in Daytona in the 40 plus, and I really wanted to go. I was like, oh well, So this year, the fact that I qualified, and even though it's in 2027, I'm excited. I'll be excited until I get on that stage, wherever we are.
That's great. I have a theory about where it will be, because they're kind of moving among different continents, but I wonder if South America might be next. I wonder, thinking maybe Brazil, maybe.
That would be awesome.
It would be about the same time zone too, so it'd be a little bit easier jet lag wise, you know. So yeah, I think that'd be kind of neat to go there. Um, I was curious if there's any advice you could provide to ladies who are seeking to earn their pro card. There's a lot of hard work and dedication and involved and stuff too, but any other advice you could provide?
um, I guess don't try to measure, the timing of your pro card with other people because you do have those competitors who, depending on what show they show up to and what their physique looks like out the gate, they get their pro card the first time. Some people,
Yeah,
they've been competing for 10 years and, still don't have a pro card. So it's one of those things. If you really want it, you'll stay committed. That's the thing. Just know that, so, like I said, it happens overnight, rarely, but not for everybody. So, just
yeah, that's true.
a journey and it's your personal journey.
I know it's pretty rare actually to get it the first time. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, that's a good point too. And it's um I think that's true of competing in general. You're kind of competing against yourself, and you never really know who's going to show up um at that show, or even who's going to be, sometimes it depends on the judging panel too. They're all kind of vary in terms of their opinions on the as a subjective sport, of course. So yeah. Um, I was curious, what do you think is your best muscle group, and what muscle group do you think needs the most improvement?
Of course, my back. There's an obsession with some people with my back. So my back, it's just upper body just comes easy. And I think it does for a lot of women for some reason, but upper body is easy. My legs, of course, my glutes and my hamstrings definitely need work.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, your back is pretty amazing, actually. Yeah. You got some good, just like your V taper, I think is really good. Your lats, and you look really good too. So yeah. Um, and how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 44. I turned
44.
July. Yes.
Wow, terrific. Yeah. I think some of the best women in the sport are in their 40s. They're just amazing ladies for sure. So um now I know you're working with Brandon Ray for your prep coach, and how long have you worked with him?
I've been with Brandon. He did my peak week starting in 2020. So he did 2020, 2021, my peak weeks, and then he became my permanent coach last year in 2024.
Oh, terrific. Yeah. I've interviewed several of his coaching clients, and And he seems like a really good coach.
He's awesome. He is awesome.
That's great. Did he come to Rising Phoenix or did you get to see him?
No, that's the thing. We have never met in person.
Oh, you haven't met him in person? Oh,
We've
really?
never met in person. No.
Oh, wow. I
And he
forget.
rarely goes to shows. So yeah.
And where does he live? I forget.
He was in California and LA. I'm not sure if he's relocated back to the East Coast to New York or not. But I know he was kind of black bi-coastal for a minute, so I'm not sure.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Very cool. I was curious, do you have a posing coach too?
He's actually my posing coach. He does everything.
Oh, really? Oh, terrific. That's great. Yeah, your posing is good too. So yeah, doing a good job in that regard too. Um, I was curious, is that posing something you practice a lot or
Every day.
every
Every
day?
in the
Wow.
I'm in the because my gym does have a posing room. So every day that I'm in the gym, if I do fasted cardio, I'm posing. That's probably where most of my disk space on my phone has gone to those videos. But
Oh yeah.
pose, yeah, fasted cardio, and then I pose after my normal workout in the afternoon or in the evening.
I think that's important to pose frequently like that. I know a few ladies who just wait till the very end or they don't even really have a routine ready. They just kind of improvise. But I think having that practice is important.
I agree because the thing was, even at the Rising Phoenix, when we came out initially, they didn't do the poses like they normally would, like in a certain order, because it's normally in a certain order. It was completely different. So it's like your mind, you just have to be prepared. It's like second nature. So
Yeah.
I do go on the stage and I'm like brain fog, and then but my body just knows, what comes next. So I don't even have to think about it.
Oh yeah. You're kind of like that got the prep brain going on a bit. Yeah. That's terrific though. Oh, I didn't realize that they were out of order like that or out order different than usual. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I know what you mean though. I know that the usual progression, that they give you. So, huh. I was curious, what would you say is the most challenging aspect of prep for you?
Food.
Food. Uh,
Not as easy, but my weakness is sweets.
oh, nice.
I don't on one particular thing. So candy, ice cream, cookies, like that's my weakness. So I'm the person that will spend crazy amounts of money on, the fake sweet stuff that I shouldn't be eating. So I try to, put in moderation, but like the Quest bars but that's the only way I can kind of curb that craving. So yeah, the food, I'm kind of boring when it comes to my normal food though, but the sweets, that's the hardest thing to kick for me.
What about, do you hit the sweets after the show though? Like the real sweets?
I but then like after a few days I'm tired of it because it's too sweet. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's enough of that.
Oh yeah. I bet you can find some good sweets though. Like, yeah, find the good dessert card or whatever. Just
And
bring
puff
those.
friends after the show.
You get the whole cart, bring that cart over here. I was curious, what advice can you give to ladies who are looking for a good coach? Like, what should they be looking for?
We're all different. So I would say if you're a person that needs someone who's constantly checking in on you, just relay whatever you're looking for to your coach in the beginning so that there's no confusion. You're thinking this person, and you're going to talk to this person every day or once a week and you don't hear from them for 2 weeks, or they're not asking for check-ins. So just kind of have your expectations, whatever they are. Um, and just stick to that because I've seen some women who were vegan, or vegetarian, and they get with a coach and now they're not vegan or vegetarian anymore because they didn't find a coach or a nutritionist who specialized in that. So I'm like, don't
Hmm.
hear from what is your norm and what you're comfortable with, to fit a coach, even when it comes to supplements. If you're not if you don't want to take supplement certain things ever, stick to that. Like, don't allow anyone to influence, or change your mind about things like that because at the end it's your health, it's your body. You have to live with the decisions that are made. So yeah,
Hmm.
find a coach that aligns with whatever your goals and your personal issues or whatever are.
Hmm. I like that. That's good advice. Yeah. That's a good point about, yeah, if you're vegan. and find a vegan coach. And I know there are some vegan coaches out there too that will help you stick with that plan as opposed to because that's almost like a kind of a moral thing for a vegan sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. I like that. Yeah. Um, no, that's very cool. Um, Now I was curious in terms of working with Brandon, did you with working did you have a full-time coach prior to that prior to him helping with your prep week or the prep weeks and everything?
Well, I prepped myself before that, but prior to that, I did have a coach. She actually turned pro at the same in Miami as well. Tracy Rugged
Oh yeah, I remember Tracy. Yeah, she's
was
great.
coach for a long time for years. She was my coach, and she was driving trucks and competing at that time. But yep, she was my coach.
Driving trucks, really?
She drives her and her fiance, I think they still drive 18 wheelers. They had a company and everything. So she was traveling all over. I think we met twice in person over those years, but yeah,
Wow. That would be tough to do that and get ready for a bodybuilding show and
they're
stuff.
both competitors. So yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Is she still competing? I can't
She,
remember.
she's moved to a different federation. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but she left the IFBB and now she's with a different federation.
oh wow, that's cool. No, I always liked her look. She's got a great look. Yeah. That's interesting. That's cool that you worked with her. Yeah. Um, Now I was curious in terms of family and home life and work life, do you have a full-time job outside of bodybuilding?
Ooh, I am a federal government employee.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep, and I'm now that we've been ordered to go back to the office. I work in the office every day. I used to work from home, telework, but now I'm in the office every day. So yes, and
Oh,
I
wow.
normally work from like 6 a.m. until 2:30. So those fasted cardio sessions, I was getting up at like 3 a.m. To try to make it to the gym, do my cardio, get home, change. So it was hectic this year. It was
Wow.
because I never had to deal with this before.
I understand. Which agency do you work for?
The IRS.
Oh, for IRS? Oh, really? Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, I know it seems like the administration's talking about cutting IRS positions too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think I'm safe, but yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, no, I know it's kind of the Fed's kind of a lot of uncertainty right now, I think. So, no, that's cool that you do work for IRS. Are you an accountant by trade or
No.
no?
No, I'm not. No. And that's the thing. I used to work in collections. I was a revenue officer, but now I work in a completely different department. So everybody doesn't hate me. So I more so now I make sure that the our taxpayer information is protected. So yeah, that's what
Oh,
I don't collect any money, tax returns, any of that anymore. That's what I used to do. But yeah, I moved on from that.
oh, I see. More like cybersecurity kind of thing. Oh, that's cool. That's a good job. Yeah. But still, people don't like IRS though. You're so nice. You can't be working for IRS. No, I'm just teasing. Oh man. Yeah, no, they kind of get demonized a little bit, I think. So yeah.
For a long time, I wouldn't tell people. They're like, "Well, what agency?" I'm like, "Just the federal government." I'm not telling. Like a hate relationship with the IRS. So yeah,
Yeah, I got you. I understand that. I think now with the new administration, I think there's more sympathy too, because they're just cutting so many people, and
yeah.
yeah, just
Many people voluntarily left too, with them offering, the program for you to voluntarily resign. So
oh,
so many people took that option, but they really
hmm,
allowed too many people to take the option, and now they're asking people to come back. So
oh,
that wasn't well thought out, but here we are.
oh, that's funny that yeah, now they're coming back again. Oh man. Um, Now I know you mentioned it before we started talking that your clothing company, Greater is Your Walk, is no longer occurring, but I was curious, how long did you have the company and what was the mission of it?
It was a little over a year, and it was during COVID. I had the idea for years. I wanted to do something in like dedication to my mom. My mom was actually killed when I was 8 in a car accident. So
Oh,
EYW, Greater is Your Walk, is actually those are actually her initials. So yeah, that it lasted for a little over a year, but I didn't realize I can't even say the time. just everything that goes into running a clothing company like that, so it was becoming too much during the COVID time. So I just kind of let it go.
Oh, I
I was
understand.
by myself, so yeah.
Yeah, COVID times were kind of crazy anyway, and just supplier issues
Right.
and yeah, that's hard to do and yeah, I understand that. Um, and I'm sorry about your mom passing so young too. Yeah. Did you have any still mom figure in your life, like a grandma type
Yeah.
thing?
And my stepmom, she's been my bonus mom. I don't even call her my stepmom, but she's been with in my life since I was 12. So yeah, that's my mom. I love her.
That's terrific. That's great. Yeah, that's nice to have still a mom figure like that. It's definitely that's cool. But I'm sorry about that though. Do you think you might ever try to get the clothing company going again or
Um, maybe,
yeah,
maybe. We'll see.
that's cool. Yeah. Now I think post-COVID probably be a little easier just because I think, it's easier to get, like I said, supplies and equipment and everything. It's easier now, I think, than back in that time.
Right.
Now I was curious, do you have a husband or a boyfriend?
I do. I have a partner. Yeah, I was previously married, but yeah, I have a partner now.
Oh, cool. And is he a bodybuilder too?
Oh, he's not. He's actually into cycling.
Oh,
So
cycling, really? Oh, very cool.
$8,000 bike. Like, why? But yeah, that's his thing. He likes to cycle.
Oh, does he compete too?
No,
Oh
no.
no. Oh wow. Oh yeah, that cyclist is pretty cool. Those guys are amazing because the distances they ride and the conditions they ride in are amazing.
Because he shares his location. It's like he's been riding for 30 or 40 miles, and I'm like, no, thank you. No.
That's amazing. Yeah. Do you ever ride with him?
No.
That'd be hard
Oh,
to keep
no.
up.
That is not he has his thing and I have my thing. So yeah.
That's probably for the best too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think cycling and running isn't necessarily conducive with
Right.
bodybuilding too. That's awesome though that he does the cycling. And I know about those expensive bikes too. That's amazing how expensive those things are. My God. But
But
they
they're
got that
so light.
carbon fiber,
I love it.
body and just the parts on those expensive bikes, everything is expensive. So Um, that's cool. Do you think he'll compete at some point or no?
No. Nope. It's just a hobby.
That's very cool. That's awesome. Now I should know this, but I don't know where do you live?
I say Charlotte. I don't live in Charlotte. I live in Monroe, which is outside of Charlotte. So, but when people ask, it's like, oh, I live in Charlotte, because if I say Monroe, they have no idea where I'm talking about. But it's about 20 to 30 minutes outside of Charlotte, depending on which area, you're traveling to.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Do you head to Charlotte have kind of a good bodybuilding community or Monroe?
Because even when I lived in Charlotte, the gym that I was a member of, it was an awesome gym, Megaflex, and now I'm actually at No Limit Fitness, and it's great gym, great equipment, like just the gym atmosphere. Nobody bothers you, like because everybody's in there. They have lifestyle clients and normal workout people. Then you have the bodybuilders or the power lifters. So yeah,
That's terrific. Yeah. Was there a pro show in Charlotte at one point?
they still have the Charlotte Pro, but they don't have women's physique. It's
Oh,
April.
yeah. Which divisions do they do?
I know they have figure, men's physique, bikini, and I'm not sure what else. They may have wellness. Yeah, but no women's physique for sure. No bodybuilding.
Oh, really? Yeah. I remember there was a show in Raleigh for a while too. That was it was like the Champions of Strength and Grace or something like that. And they had women's physique there, I remember. But
Okay.
yeah, no, that's cool. I hope that would be nice if that brought women's physique back over there.
They did.
Oh no, that's cool though. And Charlotte, that's a pretty big city too, so a lot of resources and yeah, that's nice to be close to there. Were you able when you started working in the office again, were you able to commute to Charlotte for work?
Yes, it's a long 38-minute drive because sometimes it can be 38 minutes, sometimes it's an hour. So, and that's the other reason why I changed my work hours to start at 6 a.m. so I can miss all the traffic, school traffic, going in, going home. So, yeah.
That's smart, actually. That's a good idea. Yeah. You know how Tampa traffic is too.
Oh,
Tampa
yes.
traffic can be ugly. The bridges here are crazy. People commuting across those bridges. That's bad.
Mhm.
Um, I was curious, are you mentioned your mom has passed away, but is your dad still alive?
Yes, he is.
And does he and your stepmom support your bodybuilding efforts?
They were at the Daytona and Fort Walton show last year because last year was actually supposed to be my last year competing.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
And I kind of got convinced to compete this year. So, but yeah, last year they came to both of the shows that I did last year because I'm originally from Florida. So they just had to take a couple, few hours drive down to Daytona and Fort Walton for those shows. But yeah, they're definitely supportive. My dad was actually mad that I didn't tell him that I was doing the Atlanta show.
Oh really? Oh
But everybody knows by now, I don't discuss the shows that I'm doing. So
yeah.
coach knows and maybe one or two other people. That's about it. And people are like, you didn't tell your family? And I'm like, it's that serious. I don't tell anybody. So
Yeah, I got you.
I told my dad when I was driving down to Atlanta for the show.
Oh, I see. Aha. Oh man. Um,
You didn't tell me. I was like, well, because like I said, they supported me last year and that was supposed to be my last year. So I didn't want them stressing, out about trying to come to Atlanta. And they can, they were able to stream the show. So they were fine.
were that this year was your best year. I mean, isn't it? And so that's good that you still continued with it. I'm glad you stuck with it. That's awesome. Yeah, that you didn't stay.
The last time I was at the Rising Phoenix, I think I placed 10th, and that was in 21. So yeah, definitely an improvement from that year.
Oh, that's great. So you kind of got hooked again this year. That's great. Yeah. That's terrific. Where does your dad live? Is he in
Tallahassee, Florida. That's where I'm originally from.
Oh, in Tallahassee? Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Doesn't know it's the capital. Everybody thinks Orlando is the capital of Florida, and I'm like, no, it's Tallahassee.
Oh yeah, no, Tallahassee is definitely the capital. Yeah, I know. Back when Florida, like nobody lived in the peninsula, it was kind of halfway between Jacksonville and Pensacola. So that's
Exactly.
why they placed it there. So yeah. Then they built that big, tall Capitol building. I think so they would never move the Capitol. They want to keep it there. Oh man, I know it's kind of hard to get in and out of there because there's not much airplane traffic or whatever.
Right. Right. The airport is literally three gates, I think, and Delta, American, and some off-brand airline is there, and that's it. So
Yeah, you have to connect through Charlotte or Atlanta, I think, probably. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's cool though. I've been to Tallahassee a lot. It's a nice city. It's beautiful there, actually. Yeah.
yes, college town and definitely a place to raise a family or retire.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it is. It's really nice up there. Yeah. Um, I actually work for UF in Gainesville, but I work yeah,
I'm a Gator, so
oh yeah.
people are always shocked. They're like, "But you're from Tallahassee." I'm like, "Okay." Gator forever. Like that's where I wanted to go to college and run track and everything. So I went to their track camps in high school. Yeah, I've been a Gator a long time.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, I have the USF and UF connection and but I get to work remotely from home for UF and it's really great. I really like it there. But Gainesville's nice, but that's strictly a college town where Tallahassee has more to it, the lobbyists and the government and all the government employees and everything too. Yeah. No, it's kind of interesting too with FAMU in Tallahassee. They have a new female president, and
Yes,
who I know, and I'm really excited about her. I think she's going to do a great job there. So, um, um, now I was curious, do you have any kids?
I do. I have an 18-year-old. He's actually a freshman at Alabama A&M University. He runs track. He's a hurdler. So
Oh
this is
yeah.
area up in Huntsville. And then I have a almost 3-year-old, 2.5-year-old. He'll be 3 in November.
Oh really? Wow, that's terrific.
It's like
Wow.
having two only children because the age gap is so huge.
I got you. Oh, that's so cool though. That's awesome.
Yep.
And how did they feel about your bodybuilding career?
My oldest, I think, when he was probably in middle school, it was kind of like, because all the kids are like, your mom has muscles, kids say whatever, they don't care. But yeah, but he likes it now. He's gotten used to it because he was like, all right, go ahead, and get that qualification. So he's just as competitive as I am. So he understands it. And then the 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old, he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he's got a young stuff. That's so cool. And he's gonna kind of see you growing up
Right.
being a bodybuilder too. So he's probably not gonna know anything different. So that's cool. Was your oldest, did he get a track scholarship too?
He has a track scholarship.
Oh, that's cool. So he's kind of following your footsteps. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I bet you're very proud of him.
Yeah, theory.
That's great. Very cool. Yeah. Um, and I just have a few more questions for you. And I was curious, how has your faith kind of shaped your bodybuilding career, and how do you have, if you have a church family, how do they feel about your bodybuilding efforts?
I do have a church family. I don't have one here, but I do have one at home in Florida. And whenever I'm at home, I'm there. So they no issues. Everybody's very supportive. Like they make the jokes when because I have on a dress, but sometimes my arms are out, and it's like
Uh-huh.
like yeah, they're very supportive. And I will say it takes you have to have some type of, I don't even know how to put it, but you have to have some type of faith, in something, whatever it is that you believe in, because this sport is not easy. Like people say it's a selfish sport. It is. Like everything about it is, the time, just the discipline, like it's a lot. It's a lot. And sometimes it's overwhelming. So, you have to be able to take a break and breathe, and, have that like come to Jesus moment. That's the only way I can put it, like, because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, I know, and yeah, you have to have that focus and drive to. But I bet your faith helps you with that too. Yeah,
Definitely. And then you have to have a tough, kind of outer shell too, because you do have the people that it's not for them. And instead of them just, not commenting, they feel like they need to make a comment, So you just have to be able to look past all of that. Like now, in the beginning, it bothered me, like certain comments and stuff. But I'm like, guess what? I can do something that so many people can't, like just being able to get up and go to the gym, to be able to lift 5 pounds. Some people can't even do that physically. So, like,
yeah.
it doesn't bother me now. Like, it's a gift for me, and I accepted this gift.
That's terrific. I think that's good. I think that's a good way to feel about it. And yeah, there's not many people that can do what you do and get to your level too, I think, which is yeah, definitely admirable. One thing I was curious about with your church family, do they how do they feel about you getting up on stage in a bikini? Is it like do they
If they feel the way, they've never told me. So, I haven't heard anything, about there being an issue with it. So, I mean, I guess I don't know. No one has said anything.
That's cool. I'm just curious. Yeah. Because there's definitely some sex appeal to, bodybuilding and stuff.
Yeah.
So. Oh man. Um, I was curious, do you ever have to deal with like kind of nasty trolls or overbearing fans? And just a message to the fans out there, y'all gotta behave and the trolls need to be blocked. But I hope you're getting mostly, positive feedback.
I do. I kind of like weeded out my social media. So certain words are blocked. Like I'm glad they have all those filters now. And I will, anybody who makes a comment that's just, because I'm okay with you having an opinion. But there are certain things, like you said, that are just rude and nasty. And it's like, that wasn't warranted. Like just don't say anything or keep scrolling. So those people, they get blocked. There's no
Hmm.
conversation. I'm not going back and forth with you. You don't like it, no problem. Now you don't have to ever see it again. You know?
Hmm.
And then even with the people in the inbox, because I get some strange to me, maybe not strange for them requests. And I try to be respectful because I know everybody likes what they like. So I just let them know, hey, I'm not interested, and like move that to the other inbox so I don't have to worry about that anymore. But for the most part, people, they're just supportive. They keep it light. And like I said, if I have any issues, I just block you and go on about my day.
I think that's good. I think that's a good way to do it and handle that. Yeah. Have you seen an increase in fans now that you've had such a good year?
I have.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially with other competitors too. So yeah,
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, I bet more competitors are reaching out to you too, and as they're discovering you and stuff. So yeah.
it's like, where did she come from? And I'm like, well, I've been competing, I'm just not, I haven't placed as high, in the past. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah, I bet that's why they're discovering you and seeing how good you are. And yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking too, with your son being 18, he can help you with navigating social media because I'm 51 and I have trouble figuring it out sometimes. So the young people are the experts on that, you
They are.
know. Um, I was curious, what do you think is the most kind of misunderstood aspect or the biggest myth about bodybuilding by the general public, and how do you respond when confronted with that myth?
There are so many, but the main one I would say is, the whole, pad use. They feel like you take pads, like you're automatically Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I'm like, that's not how this works. Like,
No.
regardless of what you're taking, you still have to do the work. So, and everybody's, genetics, they're not the same. Like everybody's way of training isn't the same. So, yes, do they help? Of course. But is that everything that goes into it? No. But people think it's a magic pill, and it's like all this GOP stuff for weight loss and stuff that they feel like it does that, and I'm like, no, it doesn't do that. So
No.
have to do the work regardless of whatever you're taking or eating or whatever. So yeah, the work still has to be done. So that's probably
Yeah.
a conception.
Yeah, I've heard that from other ladies too, and I think that is a big misconception. And yeah, you do. It's a lot of hard work. Really have to put in a lot of gym time and a lot of sacrifice too. Really. So, but no, that's cool. Yeah, I definitely understand that. I was curious, do you ever deal with like a post-show blues? And if so, do you ever, or do you have any advice on that you can provide to ladies who are kind of going through that to kind of cope with those blues?
Yeah, mine is mainly because I know a lot of people deal with body dysmorphia, after the fact because the abs disappear. It doesn't bother me. Like my thing is I like having something to look forward to as far as a goal. So it's like, what's the next show? So I feel like that's the only thing that I need to kind of try to work on because I need to realize, there's not going to be, at some point I have to stop doing this or I will stop doing this. So I've already decided, okay, I've thought about doing USA track and field, masters track and field, but it just depends on what age I stop bodybuilding. So, but
Okay.
yeah, I would just say, just don't dwell on it and find something else that you can do that has absolutely nothing to do with bodybuilding. If you can find another hobby, yeah, just find something else that has nothing to do with bodybuilding, and just realize, you'll be back on that stage again soon. Like in no time, and then you're going to be dreading it, like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah,
Now I'm at the gym every day, so it's like a love hate thing. So yeah,
I
just
got you.
find something else to consume you and don't allow bodybuilding just to be that one thing, even after the show.
That's a good thing. That's good advice, I think. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Um, one thing I was curious, and I don't think I asked you before, but do you know where you might like to compete next?
I have no idea.
No? Okay. No, cool. Yeah.
And I think me and Brandon, we discussed it initially before I was doing the Phoenix show. We had talked about Van Isles, possibly. Um, I was thinking Triple O, because I think that would be a good show. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. We haven't decided yet, but I'm thinking maybe if I do a show next year, it will probably be towards the end.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
I'm only focused on 2027. So
Oh yeah, you're looking for Masters O,
yeah.
aren't you? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Uh-huh. I say come to Tampa next year because that's you went to USF, this is
Yeah.
like coming home.
I've done the show that one time, but I did that as figure, so I haven't done it as women's physique yet.
Oh yeah, it's a great show. I always like
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, it was a great show. It was, yeah, that one was really real well run too. So yeah, it was nice.
This past Tampa Pro was like my favorite
Mhm.
Tampa Pro ever. It's just such a great show and good vibes, good people, just yeah, I was really, really impressed with it. So And Tim Gardner does a good job, I think. Yeah. Um, well, I'm going to wrap up. I was just wondering if there's anything I missed that you'd like to address or anybody you'd like to shout out.
Oh, of course, my coach, Brandon Ray. He, like I said, he's awesome at what he does. He's the GOAT for me. Other people may feel a different way, but I love Brandon. He's just like he's so personable. So I want to thank Brandon because I would have stopped competing a long time a time ago if I hadn't met him more than likely. And of course, my family, my friends, all of them, I love them because they're supportive, regardless of what I'm doing. They're always supportive. My partner. And just like people like you, thank you for giving us an outlet, somewhere to showcase our talents, just allowing people to get to know us because all they see is pictures on Instagram or Facebook. So just stuff things like this, allow people to see, hey, I'm human too, outside of bodybuilding, I'm still Tiffany. So I want to say thank you, thank you for having a platform like this for us. So
Oh, well, thank you. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I love talking to y'all ladies and helping tell your stories too. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And I try to delve a little bit more into the personal side of things too, just because I think it's interesting, yeah, so I was curious, do you have any sponsors or are you interested in getting any?
no, I used to have Bethany Alvin. She used to do my suits, but she stopped making suits this year. Actually, she said she was no longer doing it when she was great at what she does. But that was my only sponsor. I would like some sponsors, but yeah, that was the only one that I had, and she's no longer doing that. So
Oh, terrific. Okay, yeah. Well, I hope, folks listening in maybe reach out regarding a sponsorship. That would be great. Yeah. Because I know this is not a cheap sport. It's
oh,
expensive and
oh no, right.
especially for the women and those damn suits are so expensive too.
Crazy because but they're handmade. I get it. The time that and effort that goes into those, it makes sense. So.
And yeah, sewing all those little stones and everything in there. That's yeah, it
Oh,
can't be easy.
expensive. Yeah, very expensive.
Yeah, very expensive. I know. Yeah. Well, thanks again, Tiffany. It's really a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you.
Would you mind doing a quick bicep flex for me?
I don't know if you can see that one or this one.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great shot. Thank you. You look fantastic. Thank you. And congrats again on a very successful year. And I think the fans and the athletes were really impressed with you this year. So congrats.
You all so much for your support.
Thank you. And I'll try to get this posted later today. So of course I'll tag you and everything. But thanks again. I appreciate you. And here I'll stop recording.